Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Christina here, and today we're going to be spilling the tea on what your zodiac sign needs to hear right now, how we can become the best version of ourselves and vibrate on our highest frequency. So without further ado, grab your favorite beverages and snacks, and in the comments section tell me your favorite food and your zodiac sign. I'd love to see what all the signs like to munch on. But before we jump right into your reading, I'm going to be doing a special burning for you guys to ensure that you absorb the most energy during your reading and to send love, prosperity, and protection your way. I hope that you all are staying healthy and safe. God bless all of you. I hope that you feel nothing but good vibes from this session. Try to forget about anything that happened today or yesterday and focus on the sound of my voice. Slowly move your eyes to the amethyst crystal, sending love, prosperity, and protection your way. Final step to cleansing the space. Remove any blockages that are interfering with you, receiving any messages that you are meant to hear. Hello Aries, how are my fire signs doing? I know this is a disappointing time for you, but don't let it put out your fire, okay? We need that fiery spirit of yours. Aries, what do you need to hear right now? Aries, what do you need to hear right now? Are you ready, Aries? The main message I'm getting from your reading is not to let boredom be your enemy right now. What I mean by this is refrain from making any impulsive decisions. I see that you had a lot of plans set up, ready to go, ready to execute, but it's not the time to execute them right now. And it's not that you can't execute them, but you need to spend a little bit more time in the planning phase, because there's a lot of details and you need to zoom in on more of the details versus the bigger picture. It's kind of like a domino effect with this situation, and one wrong move can make a fatal move about a month into executing this project, and you'll regret that you made the big move too soon. It's kind of like a domino effect because one move greatly affects the other. The main card that I'm getting for your reading is the Tower card. And notice how it's collapsing from the bottom and not the top. So the foundation of where the planning is going to affect the big picture and the result of all the outcomes, okay? What I recommend is to plan using something visual, like a project map. I don't know if you guys remember that from school, but Google it if you don't remember, okay? It's a great way for you to write down the events, how they'll affect the other. And I want you to know backwards and forwards how the possibilities and anything that you do, how it's going to affect it. So I want you to make sure you're prepared for all the possible things that can happen. Another thing I wanted to remind you of is to be open to constructive criticism right now. I know it's not something that you guys really like, but the person that's offering the constructive criticism doesn't know much about this topic, so you would think like, oh, I'm just going to tune it out. But they may actually know what they're talking about in this case, so I want you to plug in what they're saying into the project map, take it into consideration, and see if they could be right. I see nothing but great success for you. You're going to have more success from this plan than you had originally had, especially if you take my advice and you master this planning phase. You're going to be so prepared and so on target when you actually do launch this plan, because you know so many details backwards and forwards. I know that you're going to study really hard into it. So use this time that you're bored. Instead of making an impulsive decision, I want you to spend a little bit more extra time in the planning phase. It's not like you have to go back to the drawing board. You just have to master all the details that are in place, like a chessboard. All of the moves that you're going to be making and how you're going to win. I hope that this advice was helpful for you and enlightening, and you stay healthy and safe during this time. Thank you for listening, Aries. Sending love and light your way. Hello, Taurus. My bulls. How are you guys holding up? Taurus, what do you need to hear right now? Taurus, what do you need to hear right now? Are you ready, Taurus? The main message I'm getting for your reading is that it's only up from here for you now, Taurus. What I mean by that is there's only great things that lie ahead, great beginnings. I don't see you falling backwards, and I want to assure you of that, because in the past year you went through a lot of experiences that made you grow and that strengthened you, and you're ready for that next level. I see you only wanting to level up and be around like-minded people that level up as well. I'm very proud of you, Taurus. Typically, during a crisis like this, it would have been a lot harder for you to handle, and since you were stronger right prior to this happening, you're fine and ready to take it on. Your element is earth, which means stability, but you're able to be flexible under these conditions because of how strong you are. It's telling me that you're ready to take it to the next step, and I want you to keep on this good track of yours. And in order to do that, you should be taking on new leadership positions, such as the higher position at work, whatever that may be, a manager or whatever it would be in your field, or to be your own boss. You need to be somewhere where your opinion is valued and appreciated, and where people look to you for advice. Also, feel free to give friends to advice during this time. You need to assert this new confidence, and keep in mind that you have power. Don't underestimate your power, okay? You need to assert this new confidence that you have. It's kind of like a puzzle for you, and all the pieces from your puzzle have come together, and there's only some slight pieces that are missing, and in order to complete this puzzle, you'll be able to do that with these new leadership positions, because there's only minor pieces that are missing, okay? I'm so proud of you. One more thing that they wanted you to know. Oh, the main message from your reading is this card. This was the card that stuck out the most to me. It is called the Star, and it shows the woman by a river, and there's a star in the sky, and that's a river of prosperity. That's what that symbolizes in your reading, Taurus. And I only see more and more prosperity coming your way, flowing in your direction, because of how much you have grown. So I want you to assert this new confidence, and I'm here to clarify for you that you have every reason in the world to be confident. Don't underestimate your power. You're willing to take on new beginnings, and you should assert that everywhere you go. And I wanted to also let you know that being a leader and going for that higher position is in your cards right now, literally. So I hope this message was enlightening for you, and it encouraged you to assert confidence during this time that a lot of people are struggling. And I wish you nothing but success and good health. Sending love and light your way. Hello, Gemini, my twins. Hope you all are well and safe. Gemini, what do you need to hear right now? Gemini, what do you need to hear right now? Are you ready, Gemini? The main message I'm getting from your reading, Gemini, is not to let everybody eat at your table. I know that you kind of know this, but it's telling me to reinforce this for you because you need to distinguish a little more between who is real and who is fake. Even though you are smart and you have a general idea of that, it's really emphasizing this to me because people are very attracted to your personality. You guys have such vibrant personalities. You have a magnetism to you, and this attracts the attention of a lot of people. You have a lot of friends to begin with, but even people that don't know you will see you walking down the street and they immediately want to be your friend. And it attracts a lot of unwanted attention. It's kind of like a celebrity or like a reality TV show. I guess you could say you guys have paparazzi, and sometimes that isn't the best energy to have. It could be overwhelming. And a lot of the fake people out there, they don't like seeing you happy. So whenever you guys post things on social media, I want you to be selective about what you post. It's not that you can't use social media, but be extra selective about it because a lot of these people see your happiness and they want to take it from you. They want to latch onto it. And whenever they see a picture or a post that you have on your social media, it sends unwanted energy to you because it latches onto you, whether it's negative or spiteful energy. It's not like bad energy in a way that it's like putting a spell on somebody, but it's still bad energy, and we don't want that going onto your vibrance. Also, they'll act nice from time to time because of your celebrity-like status, and they feel like they get sort of a reputation from associating with you, that they're known because you're known and liked by a lot of people, that even if they have a fight with you or whatever association they have with you, they're going to get noticed. So whether they're rude and then they apologize later on, they'll expect to be your friend, and out of nowhere, since they have this reputation of being in contact with you, they'll expect to have a cut out of your success in a way. I want you guys to be weary of that, and that's why it's saying not to let everybody eat from your table. They'll be like, oh, like, I deserve a cut of that, or oh, I'll help you and we'll make money together. And it's like, you're gonna be like, what? LOL, I barely know you. No. Which is exactly what I want you to do. I want you to maintain a healthy boundary and distance from these people, and use that alter ego of yours to your advantage, not to let everybody too close to you. The main card that came out for your reading is this card. It shows a man watching the other men, and he's carrying a sword. In your reading, it signifies that people want to take stuff from you. They're watching you when you don't know. So turn on that Gemini alter ego. I know that you guys are nice most of the time, but turn on that alter ego and make sure that you know what's up so that these people aren't taking advantage of you and trying to eat from your table. Maintain those boundaries. You don't have to stop socializing. Continue being your vibrant self, but always keep that in mind and don't let it affect you. I hope that this message was helpful to you, Gemini. I wish you all the health and success in the world. I hope that you stay safe during this time, sending love and light your way. Hey, Cancer, my crabs. How you guys hanging in there? Gonna get you some answers right now. Cancer, what do you need to hear right now? Cancer, what do you need to hear right now? Are you ready, Cancer? The main message I'm getting for you, Cancer, is to start being more selective. The reason I say this is because you guys like to connect and confide in people that you are close to and bond to them, especially during a time of crisis like this. You always want to show people how much you appreciate them and will be willing to be their ride or die. And I wanted to clarify for you that there's going to be people asking you for a lot of things during this time. They may need some help or assistance, and they're going to be asking you for a lot of favors, and then they might disappear or appear not to want to bother with you and give you the cold shoulder. You're going to kind of notice that and pick up on it. Like, these people don't have the time of day really for me to make like small talk. Like, they'll ask me for something and then they're gone the next day and for a while until they need something else. And I wanted to let you know that they're taking advantage of that great energy you have, and you need to start being selective and weeding through these people, because you're always going to give 100% of yourself. I would give this advice differently to another individual I was reading, but you're always giving 100%. You can't give 50%. You can't be there for them and then walk away. It genuinely hurts you and distracts you. And I see that in the coming months of June, July, August, the latest, that there's going to be an opportunity right in your path and you're going to bypass it. You're going to overlook it because you're not going to be in the frame of mind to be ready for that, because you're so tied up and going in circles for these people. I want you to break out of that circle so that you don't miss this opportunity and you don't pass it by. I don't want you to be stuck in the same spot. And I would recommend for you to separate from these people. You don't have to straight out say it. You can subtly go your separate way or not take up all the opportunities they ask you for. Eventually it's going to be permanent. They're going to ask you what's up and they're going to notice this, and they're going to be manipulative. Like, oh, I thought we were bros, I thought we were friends, I thought we were tight, I thought our relationship was close, whoever this person may be. And they're going to make you feel guilty about distancing yourself. But this card here that came out most prominently in your reading is this card with the moon, and it has the two wolves looking up at the moon. And it symbolizes that not everything is how they seem, and there's lies there beneath the surface, okay? Just like the moon appears full, but it's there only in the halfway phase. I wanted you to know that whatever they're saying is not true, and they're trying to get to you. So I want you to be selective and see what is really worth your energy, because anyone who is disrespecting you and treating like that does not deserve your good qualities. You need to save that for somebody that is going to do the same for you and give that 100%. And I don't want you to bypass that opportunity over somebody like that. I want you to be selective, start weeding through and saying, okay, this isn't getting me to a better place. This is holding me back. So I want you to start doing that during this time where people are thankful for each other and they're showing thanks. I want you to realize that this person is not thankful for the energy that I'm giving, and they're not reciprocating it, and they never will. You can't expect them to change, and they shouldn't be expecting of you to change, because you shouldn't be changing for anybody, and you're not going to change them either. So I hope this message was helpful for you and that it gave you some clarity, and I hope you try to keep it in mind. There is a really great opportunity for you coming, the latest in August, and I don't want you to overlook it because of this spot that you're in, because being around these people and getting wrapped up in whatever they're asking you to do is going to make you bypass that, and you're not going to be ready. It's going to delay things for you. It's going to delay an opportunity for you with learning how to enhance your training with something or bring you to a higher level of education, and I don't want you to bypass that for somebody that's not worth it. So I hope you stay healthy and safe during this time. Bless you, and sending tons of love and light your way. Hey Leo, my lions, how you guys doing, my fire signs? Leo, what do you need to hear right now? Leo, what do you need to hear right now? You ready, Leos? The message I'm getting for you is to not be so hard on yourself. You guys have an all or nothing mentality, but you're being a little bit overcritical of yourself at times. And you're being overcritical to the point that you shouldn't be right now, because things aren't happening because they're not ready to happen, and you have no control over these things. So don't be so hard on yourself. You may be overcritical of yourself, saying, I'm not making enough money, because you want to be making more money, a certain amount of money. Or even criticizing the way you look, your appearance, or that you haven't found the right person yet. And I'm here to tell you that this is not the time. You have no control over this timetable. Things are a little slow, especially with the crisis. And I want you to slow down and take a minute to be in the moment. I know that you guys are working the hardest that you can right now, so that's what I recommend you to keep doing. Just keep doing the most that you can. So if you usually work full-time, take on a part-time even though you're not happy with that right now, or to make side money if you can work from home. Whatever you can do, that's the most. But it's not the time right now, so this is not a race. And I know that the only person you're really in competition with is with yourself, but you need to be less hard on yourself, because when these opportunities are ready to happen, you're not going to have that same drive to do it. You're going to feel like you're not even excited that they're here. So I want you to keep that passion going. I want you to keep that fire going, Leo, because your element is fire. You need to keep that fire going. I don't want you to kill your own vibe. Another thing that I wanted to remind you of is that you always want the greatest things in life, and that's what you guys are all for. So I want you to remember that great things take time. The card that's most coming out in your reading is the Wheel of Fortune. Opportunities that you're waiting for are big ones, right? So they're taking a little bit more time to fall into place. Like the wheel is coming to you slowly, and when that time comes, you're going to win big. So I don't want you to think because it's not the time right now that these things aren't going to happen, but you have no control over them right now. If you take a little bit of the energy off of it and you stop being hard on yourself, they're going to come a little bit quicker, because there's going to be an empty space for that energy to travel. I want you to do the most that you can. I want you to be less hard on yourself, and I want you to be confident that these things are coming, and say, hey, I want the greatest things. I know I deserve the greatest, and they're going to come my way. Think of that Wheel of Fortune, okay? And life is not a race for you right now, and I know that you're always in competition with yourself, which is great. You're always pushing yourself to do more, and you have this drive and motivation unlike no other. But Leo, just take a little bit of time to be in the moment, relax, and when things start picking back up again, just keep that motivation going. Don't let anything kill your vibe, and know that these things are still happening. I hope this message was enlightening for you, Leo, and that you stay well and safe during this time. Sending tons of love and light your way. Hey, Virgo. How are you guys hanging in there? Hope you are staying well and safe. Virgo, what do you need to hear right now? Virgo, what do you need to hear right now? We're going to get you some answers. The main message I'm getting for you, Virgo, is to come to terms with your past so you could close that chapter of your life and evolve. You have so much potential to evolve, and you have some experiences from your past. This person is not in your life anymore, by the way, but you had some experiences that left some scars on your spirit. That means that you may not think of what happened all the time. You do from time to time, and you're like, oh, why did it have to happen? It's crummy, but when you're not thinking about them, they're implanted in your subconscious. And I see that it left scars on your spirit, and it weighs a heaviness on there. And to evolve, you need to go up, and this heaviness is bringing you down. So to come to terms with that, so that you can evolve, I want you to be the bigger person. And I don't mean that you have to apologize or anything. I don't expect you to apologize, but I want you to tell yourself that, okay, this happened, I'm okay with it, and I'm thankful for what it taught me. And try your best to move along. So, in terms of thriving, I want you to stay in that lane. I know that you guys are great at staying in your lane. And to get to that destination you're going to, you're going to have to accelerate. I don't want you looking back in the rearview mirror of your past, seeing who's behind you. I want you to keep going forward and to forget about that and come to terms with that. Because you guys, once you're set on something, you know what you're good at. And you know, you guys are go-getters. Virgo. That's why you guys are Virgos. But you guys are go-getters, and you know what you're good at, and you know what you want. So you have to eliminate whatever happened to you, because I don't want that heaviness to hold you back, and I don't want that card to accelerating to be left behind. I don't want it to have this heaviness on it that it can't move along, and that it's looking, you guys are looking behind. The card that's mainly sticking out in your reading is it's showing a man, and it's showing all these cups, and it's not an island, but in your case I view it as your island. So you have all these collections of things from your past on this island, and you have room to go forward. You don't have to stay confined to this island, but you're staying confined to this island. This man on this card is traveling back and forth from the place that he's going on his journey to, back to this place where all the cups are. But I want you to know that you're not confined to this island with these collections of things to your past. I want you to pick that lane, keep going forward, and thrive and evolve. I see you evolving, and I see that you know what you want to do with your life, and I want you to get there and not let these things from your past be a part of your life, because they're not a part of your life anymore. These people aren't in your life. Think of them as insignificant, but be thankful for whatever it taught you. Come to terms with your past so that you can finally evolve and start focusing on you. So Virgos, I hope that you stay well and safe during this time. I hope that you enjoy your reading, and I'm sending tons of love and light your way. Hello Libras! How are you guys doing? Hope you all are staying well and safe. Libra, what do you need to hear right now? Libra, what do you need to hear right now? Get you some answers. The message I'm getting here is to stand firm by your decisions, to stomp out any uncertainty that you are having. The reason that this is telling me that is because you guys are great at looking at details, and you guys are perfectionists. You can look beneath the surface of anything and see if there's a hidden meaning. You read between the lines. You're always able to find clues. You guys would make really great investigators and could solve any mystery. But in terms of real life, as long as you're not an investigator, this is more harm than good. Because I see that you take a lot of what people say and do very seriously, and when you're overanalyzing these things, it compromises your peace. And you want to block out anything that is compromising your peace or your sanity. I see that looking at these things in too much depth and probing into them is more harm than good. Like when they say less is more, and it could actually harm your performance at work, as long as you're not an investigator. At least your job performance, it's clouding your judgment. So your first impression is usually the right one. So I want you to go by your first impression. You usually know the answers without probing too much into things. So I want you to stand firm by that decision instead of compromising your peace. Why, when something's broke, why fix it? If something's not broke, don't fix it. Sorry, I can't talk. When something's not broke, don't fix it. The main message that I'm getting for your reading, the card that's most representing your reading, is this one. It's showing a woman holding a sword and she's in the clouds. This is representing for you a message that is failing to come through. So either something someone is trying to say or something somebody is trying to tell you, somehow it's failing to register through. Either because you may be distracted or the energy is being blocked. So I want to make sure that you block out anything that is clouding your peace so that messages could come through and that you could fully absorb everything. I hope that this was helpful for you, Libra, and that it gave you some clarity. I hope that you stay well and safe during this time, and I'm wishing you the most health, sending love and light your way. Hello, Scorpio. How are you doing, my Scorpions? I'll get you some answers. Hope you all are staying well and safe. Scorpio, what do you need to hear right now? Scorpio, what do you need to hear right now? Are you ready, Scorpio? Main message I'm getting for you, Scorpio, is that when your plan A does not work, have an arsenal ready with plans B, C, D, E ready to strike off. The reason I'm saying this is because I want you to exercise these skills like a muscle. I want you, when you're thinking ahead and when you think that you're thinking far enough ahead and you have your next move in place, have 3 other next moves planned out. You guys have a natural ability to always be thinking ahead. Somebody could be right in front of you and they wouldn't even know that you were thinking of your next move. And I want you to take this skill to the next level. I want you to exercise it like a muscle, become confident and proficient in it. Know it backwards and forwards, inside and out. Sometimes your backup plan may not work, and I do not want you to throw in the towel. So I want you to be like, no big deal. I got plans B, C, D on deck. I have 3 more, 4 more. Right there, right, ready, all planned out. You don't even have to think. You know. Just when things change up on you, you have the ability to adapt. So the goal here is, the skill I want you to exercise is thinking even farther ahead, but setting attainable goals relevant to your current state so that they're reasonable and you're like, hey, I could do that. But I see things falling in place for you. I see you getting that big opportunity. The main card that is coming out in your reading is this card. It has 4 cups here. There's 1 floating in the air coming towards the man, and there's 3 on the floor. And he's under this tree. And the 3 other cups on the floor, this is what's relevant to your reading. The 3 cups on the floor were opportunities that did not work out for him. They were useless. And there's 1 floating in the air, and he doesn't even realize that it's there. Just like you may not realize that that 1 opportunity is going to work out. So no matter how many backup plans you have, you're constantly being able to adapt, and you're going to get that opportunity that's going to work the best for you. You have to go out of your comfort zone for these opportunities, though, because I see that there's many friends that may want to team up with you and have business partnerships with you, but I see that you're not going to be best for working with friends. It's not that it's going to be you, but I see it would be great in the beginning, and you're always going to be putting in the effort, but they're not going to want to put in that same amount of effort and drive that you are. So long-term sustainability, I don't see that you would be great working with your friends. So I don't recommend you mix friendship and work relationships. And you guys may have a lot of goals in mind, but you will see that they're really not about what they say. So that's why I'm recommending that you look elsewhere for these connections, that you have to go outside of your familiar circle temporarily and look for these people, because I see that for those 3 or 4 opportunities, it's not going to be within your friendships. And I see you having to network and connect with different people. So separate the friendships from whatever work-minded goals you have. So I want you to be thinking way more ahead than you already are. So you're competent in that skill, you're able to adapt, and you're able to have those plans on deck. So I hope that you're excited for the future and what you're reading just revealed to you. I want you to know, and I'm giving you the clarity here, that you have the ability to do this because you have this natural skill. So I wish you nothing but success and good health. Hope you're staying healthy and safe, and sending love and light your way. Hey Sag, my fire signs, hope you all are staying well and safe. Sagittarius, what do you need to hear right now? Sagittarius, what do you need to hear right now? Are you ready, Sag? The main message I'm getting for you, Sagittarius, is to program and stimulate your mind. The reason I'm telling you this is because you never like to stop exploring and seeing the world. You like to constantly change things up, and you think of every day as a journey. I want you to keep those mental batteries charged and to keep that momentum going, because life is on pause right now with the whole crisis. And when things resume back to normal, I want you to keep that momentum going and to be able to take on things better than ever. Ways I'm going to recommend for you to stimulate your mind are to explore your spirituality more. The reason why I'm recommending this is because you have the ability to guide yourself. You often don't look to anyone else for guidance. You're able to make and choose your own path. You know within yourself. I'm going to recommend you learn more how to meditate and keep your crown chakra clear, your head chakra, because that has the greatest ability to connect to your higher self. It affects how you give and receive energy, and you would be able to teach yourself how to do this if you read up on these topics. The card that I'm getting for your reading that most closely resonates with you is the World card. In your reading, this symbolizes a spiritual rebirth and you taking on new forms and learning new things about your higher self. And another way that I'd like you to keep your mind stimulated are to acquire problem-solving skills by doing brain puzzles. With this time off, this will give you a lot to do, and it will be a new journey for you and a new rebirth, new beginnings without you having to leave the house. So I hope that you enjoyed your reading, Sag, and that it gave you some clarity. I hope you stay well and safe during this time. Sending you love and light your way. Hey Capricorn, hope you all are staying well and safe. I'll get you some answers right now. Capricorn, what do you need to hear right now? Capricorn, what do you need to hear right now? Are you ready, Capricorn? The message I'm getting for you, Capricorn, is to keep order and organized in an innovative way. The reason I'm saying this is that you're most productive when you're keeping organized. It's something you're very good at. That's how you systematically go about things to produce the most success. And I say innovative because you get drained and feel like you're not challenging yourself when you don't have a passion or when you're doing things the conventional way of doing things. You want to feel like you're going about something in a way that not everyone can. You want to achieve what not everybody can achieve. What I recommend for you is to be a part of some charity or organization or an agency. I see them wanting you and them seeing attributes in you from either a resume or hearing about you from somebody and wanting you to work for them. So they're going to have on their mind that you would be somebody ideally that they would hire for their position. I would definitely recommend you going for that. You're going to do great. I see there being more than one option, so be choosy, because I want it to be something you're passionate about, in a way of giving back, in a way of a donation, a charity, an agency, helping out someone in need. I see it being a big cause. Another thing that I see you being called and needed for is to mediate family arguments. That's definitely a way to keep order and organize in an innovative way, right? So groups of people are going to be depending on you for things at this time. This is the card that came out in your reading and stuck out the most. It has a group of people and these cups in the air. So you're going to be uniting in this organization and needed by groups of people in the family. In this organization, they're going to be depending on you and looking for you to guide them. I hope that this reading gave you some clarity, Capricorn, that you're looking forward to that. I see nothing but great things for you. I see people depending on you and you thriving by showing them what you're capable of. So I'm sending tons of love and light your way, and I hope that you stay healthy and safe. Hey Aquarius, hope you all are staying well and safe. Aquarius, what do you need to hear right now? Aquarius, what do you need to hear right now? Let's get you some answers. Are you ready, Aquarius? Okay, Aquarius, the message that I'm getting for you is that you need to abandon that mindset that you're not doing enough, because it's not about that at this time. I see that you want a booked schedule for the whole day because you're bored during this time and you want to be taking on as many things as possible. You want to wake up, you want to work out, you want to work on business opportunities, you want to learn a new recipe, you want to learn a new instrument, you want to read a new book, the list goes on. But it's not that you're not doing enough, it's that you're not doing enough with your time, and you're getting disappointed that you can't complete all these tasks in the day. But I'm going to tell you what you need to focus on, and what your purpose is right now is being competent in a new skill that's going to give you the most return in the long run. What you're going to invest your time into that's going to give you the most return. Time in versus time out. Learning time management. I see that that's your purpose right now, is this skill, learning it and knowing it with your eyes closed. So if you don't know what this is right now, you need to figure it out ASAP, because I see this is your purpose. So I'm here to validate that for you. And I also see that you need to make a schedule for this to ensure that you have enough time for it. Nobody is going to teach you this. I see you having to be your own instructor. Also, I don't want you collaborating with somebody on this in the beginning, because it needs to be your baby. You need to perfect these skills before you go out and branch out and collaborate with people. I see that eventually you're going to and you're meant to, but right now you're meant to learn this yourself so that you're competent in it. You may be tempted to, because you're going to see that a lot of your other friends aren't going to be interested in this, and you're going to think, why am I even doing this? Is it even the right thing for me? And somebody might reach out to you and mention that they know something about it, or they know how to do it, and that they'll assist you. But as tempting as it is, please try to be independent on this for right now, and then you may collaborate. It's okay if you want to talk to people, make connections, and then work with them in the future, but right now you need to master these skills. With this schedule, you need to set enough time aside for it, and you need to self-instruct yourself. And at the end of this session, you need to think about the takeaway that you got. So I want you to think, what have I learned? And if you can't remember what you learned, I don't want you abandoning it for the rest of the day. I want you to take a break and then go back to it. The card that I'm seeing most stands out for your reading is the Chariot. It has to do with you learning this new skill. This new piece of machinery is being operated by this pharaoh, and he's learning how to use it in an innovative way, and it's not conventional, and he's teaching himself. He's being able to open these doors of opportunity for himself, and that's what is being symbolized in your reading, Aquarius, that you're learning how to navigate a new skill. You're operating this piece of machinery, and you're learning about this technology. So please, you're going the right direction. Just make sure that you have an idea of what the skill is. You may return to your normal schedule of wanting to take on as much as possible and being able to multitask, but I don't want you to put too much on your plate right now, because it will discourage you and you'll feel like you won't have enough time and you won't remember what you learned from the skill, and it's going to show you a lot of return in the long run. I'm going to be glad that you taught yourself this and that you're a master in it. So I hope that you're looking forward to the future, Aquarius, and that you enjoyed your reading. I hope you stay well, sending love and light your way. Hi, Pisces. How are you guys doing, my fish? Hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Get you some answers. Pisces, what do you need to hear right now? Pisces, what do you need to hear right now? Are you ready, Pisces? The message I'm getting for you, Pisces, is that the worst is not always reality. The reason why I say this is because you have very strong gut feelings about when something is about to go wrong. And you've been right about that. You still are right about that a lot of the times when something's about to go wrong or when someone treats you the wrong way. And it's really hard for you to ignore those things because they hurt you deeply. And I wanted to let you know that the people that are in your life right now are looking out for your best interests. They're not your enemy. They want to see you be the best that you can be. And you've seen life in black and white from this standpoint. You're a realist thinker. You don't think as someone who thinks in fantasy, which is great because you see life for what it really is. But in this pattern, you told yourself that, oh, life sucks and I've just learned to accept it. You've taken the lowest expectations in that you don't think things are going to change. You just don't expect a lot of things. You see things in black and white. I want you to start seeing in color again. I want you to start looking at things from a brighter perspective, and there are people that do care about you that are looking out for you right now, and I don't want you to push them away. You have a lot of resources at your feet right now, including these people that are looking out for you and the power to change things. I see you having the power to change your career path if you desire to right now. I also want to see you look forward to things again in this brighter light. So a way to do that is, obviously it's not an option right now, but I want you to plan your next vacation, and I want it to be an enriching vacation. I don't want you to just plan relaxing, say on a beach or in a resort, even though you would benefit from that as well. I just would like to see you see a site that you really be interested in seeing. I want you to go on the TV or Google, Instagram, wherever you're going to see these sites, and I want you to narrow it down to 3 destinations right now and eventually pick one. But I want you to see from each destination the sites that you want to see, and then I want you to see pictures. I want you to look through a photo album on your phone, save these screenshots, write down the names of these places, and I want you to look forward to this. I want you to get involved in this process so that you're excited about preparing this trip. It would give you a really great way to look at life from a brighter perspective again. The main card that came out for your reading was this card. It has a man. He's clinging onto a stick and he's looking at several other sticks. And in this reading, it's representing you thinking you're confined to being in one spot and you're confined to settling for what you're not happy with, and that life just sucks. And I want you to know, and I'm validating for you, that you have the power to make many changes, and that life isn't just for how you saw that it is when you're thinking of how things could go wrong. So I hope that you're feeling refreshed and you have some clarity knowing that you have the power to make some changes, that there's people that are there for you and are looking out for your best interests right now, that you could have the option to change your career path when it's time to be back at work, and that you should be planning this trip and you're going to be seeing some new sights. So I hope that you take my advice and that you enjoyed your reading, Pisces. Wishing you all love and great health, sending love and light your way.